Oh, my Massachusetts game. Oh, yes. I decided to have one by myself, and do you know what? I got great matchmaking. So great, there was two Massachusetts on my team, and they had a Vlad and a Mass. And even better, when I looked around, what do I see? There's a Massachusetts right beside me. So what's the first thing I do? I say, I'm going D. Which you always announce your intentions, but when there's a Massachusetts B sitting right beside you, ego's acknowledged. And I went, oh, here we go. It's on. Yep. Will you hang with me, bro? Will you be my bro, my wingman, and hang with me? Well, it doesn't take long to work out that he is going to be my wingman, and he intends to stick around. And I definitely intend to stick around with him. I have no idea how good he is. I have no idea of the build of his ship, his level of commander, or anything. It turns out he must have at least a 15 or 16 point commander because he has full secondaries on this ship, like in total full secondary build, as I do. So that's at least a 15, 16 point commander. So now I ask, do we go 9 line, do we go 7 line? Right side of island, left side of island. Left side of island. Okay. Okay, bro, I'm with you. That's your call. It's ballsy. So what do I type in chat? It's ballsy. Oh yeah. I like ballsy though. So here we are in a very precarious position. Massachusetts B, Massachusetts plane, moving up cautiously, I would give towards D, which is the way one should approach this. Now we have a bit of support. There are some cruisers around, and there are two battleships moving up around the G6, the H6 area. And we are getting spotted. We have popped our cooldowns on our AE defense. And then the Fuso. Oh, hello, Fuso. Oh, they were pretty poor shots, Fuso. What do you got? Well, that turns out to be a lot more lead than you need to give a Fuso. As I'm about to find out. However, my mate, the Mass B, is with me. And this Vlad, whoa, this Vlad. He's in for a little bit of a tough time. So I keep looking at my mate. I keep wanting to know exactly where my mate is and what he's looking at. And remember, we are still conversing. So you give the grats to the guy that gets the first blood and a devastating strike. Incoming planes. Yep, AA up. See, this guy has a great build as well. You can tell by the AA, and you can tell by the amount of secondary fire he's got start to spit out. At the same time, I'm going to spit out this. Now, this Vlad, he thinks he's all that. Because this Vlad's turning into us. Hello. Hello, Vlad. We like you. I give terrible lead here. I give way too much skirt away as well. So I start working on that because I notice that my Massachusetts B beside me, my mate, is not giving skirt. Needless to say, look at the secondaries from 2 Massachusetts just pummeling this Vlad. Now I start working out the range. Now I start getting pens and real damage from the main guns. Ryujo sees the Vlad in an awful lot of distress and he's coming in to help him out. But he's about to walk into 2 Massachusetts' AA. And he decides, no, I'm not going there. So secondaries, primaries, very shit primary shot. Trying to bring the arse end around. Gets it. Doesn't want to show too much skirt. Changes the angle. Yep. Where's my mate? There's my mate. I know exactly what he's doing. He's still hanging with me. What a bloke. He said he would stay with me. And that he is. Bet the cunt's Australian. Half a bet that cunt is Australian. Doesn't have an Australian name, but that does not mean he's not Australian. He hangs around like an Australian. He protects his mate like an Australian. Mind you, I just watched a video on World War II and the Russian tanks where, Jesus, they look after their own as well, so... Ooh, so I take my first real damage. And it's from the Vlad, who I've been pounding for the last, what, minute and a half? I even take the time to type silly Vlad in chat. Yes. Okay, so Ismail. Now, this guy smells blood and wants a little piece of it. He's like the little kid that's bouncing around the big kids going, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. And after you've beaten the bad guy into submission, he lands the killing blow. That is exactly what that Ismail is. Well, there's 2 Ismails. Either way, there are 2 small kids on the block where the 2 big kids have just beaten down this Vlad and they smell blood and... well, blood they got. It wasn't me finishing it off. Needless to say... I'll call him out for a kill stealer. This is not the end of my friendship with the Massachusetts B. Okay, that was a mistype. That's what I really wanted. Old mate says yes. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Dude's still with me. Mate, if I had a tinny, I would have chucked it across the water to his ship right now. So I'm giving him compliments. And that's what you do to teammates that are doing the right thing. You tell them they're doing the right thing. Trying to find a firing solution. Trying to. I should have watched those shells. I wanted to see the fall of shot, but I had to look see what's to the left as well. Now I'm thinking pummel Fuso, look at Pepsi, and then I'm thinking, no, Pepsi's dead. Pummel Fuso. Oh, so actually forced to use a repair. Fuso's getting absolutely nailed. And we're winning by a country mile. We own B, C, and D. D thanks to the mass and myself. So, we've finished off opposition here. There's nothing down the 9 line. And I'm thinking, well, okay. What's old mate behind me thinking? I don't know. Take some pot shots. Very speculative, not enough lead by a country mile. So, oh, out it goes there. Set the secondaries to out it go. Yeah, we set the secondaries to out it go. And off they fly. Best mate's with me right now. He's still on my 6. Hugging close. What a fucking champion. Bayan just gave it at to go lead. Got a bit of hit, but it was still very bad. What do you do? Oh, he's dead. Okay. Change tactic. What's the closest? Secondaries to Bayan. And much better lead this time because we weren't distracted. And the results proved fruitful. Not a great amount of damage done, but what we've literally done is consolidated a side and ruffle stomped it. Because 2 top tier battleships work together. And while they were doing that, we were having spawning. So our targets are always lit up. This new Max, well, RIP new Max. Look at the amount of secondary hits I've got. I'm already at 430 secondary hits. That was dreadful main battery damage. But the secondaries are just keeping up that constant stream of absolute death. And I keep saying thank you to this guy. Yep, that's where I've given him the compliment. He gets the close quarters expert. I get the kill. Game over. I mean, really, it doesn't get much better than that. That was awesome.